We back. We is back. Number three. Number three. Oh my, number three. Number three. Technically number four, but we're not gonna get in after that. Actually, you know what? Let's do that. Made a whole 40 plus minute video. Spooky Scary Sunday. Last week Sunday. Talking about Bloomy had no volume. Not even no volume, had no sound. I couldn't hear myself talking. Just because this app right here just said, hey, I don't want to work no more. It's tough. It's tough, bro. It's cold in this room. Hey, we in for a treat today, though. I'm not lying. Hey, I'm back on OBS. I'm not lying. I'm back on OBS. We probably gonna do 5 stories. 5 stories. I'm like, come on. How y'all been today, though? How y'all been?
I was looking for a car to buy for my son for his 18th birthday. I was searching all the typical car websites, cars.com, eBay Motors. They were all overpriced as expected. Craigslist was the only place to find an...
And that's where you messed up right there. Come on. I was about to turn... Man, that's where you messed up right there. Craigslist. You choose... I'm not even lying. I'd rather go on Facebook Marketplace than ever go. I mean, this is back 8 years ago. This is back 8 years ago. But Craigslist, though, no. That's like using the black what, bro? Like, no. Craigslist
deal.
Is no.
About a week into my search, I found an 03 Toyota Camry. It had 67,000 miles, no accidents, no damage, and good condition for only $3,500.
Okay.
This seems like a steal for such a reliable car with such low mileage. The seller lived about 10 miles from me, which was a reasonable drive when looking for a car. I gave him a call to set up a time to come check it out. The man sounded normal on the phone. He assured me that there were absolutely no problems with the car. He introduced himself as Bob. I brought along $3,500 in cash.
You have to show, bro. Even though I will not even do this, if I was in his place, you know, you would have to show me the car. This man is going there. No pictures, no videos, no nothing. And I have a car. You seen a picture on it on the website. So yeah. You still coming though? I can't get a picture. Oh no, you can't get a picture. It's too dark. This dumbass still gonna go. Like why? Like this is what be getting people killed. That's the thing. Be getting people killed because even like blind dates or like catfishing and stuff. How can you talk to someone for so long without ever seeing them like at face to face? At least FaceTime. At least FaceTime me. You're not that shy. You can at least FaceTime me. Some bullshit. But some people, oh yeah, they'll be really smiling in their face, smiling, sending a random person $500-$600 a week because they talking about, oh yeah, that's bad. It's crazy.
Cash, even though I planned on wiggling down the price as much as possible. I pulled up the dirt road to Bob's property about 15 minutes early. It was a tiny little house with a decent-sized property, only because I was a bit far from the nearest neighbors.
See, one more thing. Why would you go at night? Who does like? See, it be stuff like this that gets people killed. Stuff like this. Okay, but look. Picture with me. Why would you? Even the DoorDash, even like DoorDash and Uber and stuff. I don't know why y'all would like do that at night. It's crazy. But especially this, why would you want to get something for someone at night? Like that's like I couldn't do it none through the morning, through the evening, afternoon. Oh no, let's run at 12 at night. Just come by yourself. Stupid.
The garage was open,
already know what type of people
I walked over
that.
to see if anybody was inside. But except for an unusual amount of car parts, it was empty. The car was nowhere in sight. The only car on the property was an old pickup truck.
Why are you still there?
I went over to the front door to check the house numbers. It was the right address. The doorbell button was missing, so I knocked on the front door. I knocked for exactly 5 minutes before deciding to give the man...
You knocked for 5 minutes. After the first 30 seconds, bro, so you really knocked there and waited for bro. You kept knocking for 5 minutes. In a place that he wants it to happen to him.
So I dialed his number and I heard the
to
sound of a cell phone ringing from inside the house. I was extremely confused at this point. Now I knew I had the right house. I didn't understand why, if he was home, why he wasn't answering. I decided I had to take a peek through one of the windows to see if anybody was inside. Peering through the glass, I couldn't really see much as it was pretty dark inside the house.
You too nosy, man. There's no car over there.
Dining room set,
why are you still there?
Across from that, I saw somebody standing at the back door of the house, staring outside. I figured that must have been Bob, so I knocked on the window, but he didn't even move. There was no gate or anything to the backyard. It was just a wide open
Like I said, he
wants
someone to kidnap him, man.
I simply walked around the house to the backyard. I didn't understand how he couldn't hear me.
They don't be living life 1, but they already be in life 2. They don't be fearing, bro. They don't fear nothing. Why would you even think this is a good idea? Walking to the back, you see someone. Like I said, he wants it to happen to him. He wants to get kidnapped. He wants to be in the back of a van, tied up.
I made a shocking realization.
Part of a big mystery.
The figure standing by the door was a taxidermied human being. I ran straight back the way I came and back to my car. I looked up one last time before driving off. The blinds to the window I had peeked into had been shut, but I could see 2 of the blinds bent open. Somebody was at that window watching me. You can probably guess I had the gas pedal to the floor the whole way home. The whole situation still makes no sense. All the car parts, the fact that there was no Toyota Camry.
And he's still on that. Like, he's still on that for some reason. That's the only thing he worried about. The only thing he worried about. Where's the Camry? That's the only thing he worried about. He don't just realize he almost just got done in. Just realize. But this just got me a little chills, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Taxidermied human being.
This gave me a little chills.
The fact that there was no car there leads me to believe that whoever that man wasn't planning on selling me anything.
Oh, yeah.
And that also leads to the disturbing thought that I was very close to becoming a lifeless statue staring out that man's back door.
He like, damn, why he couldn't catch me? I want to be that. Like, come on now. That's all he wanted in life, is to be a taxidermist. Whatever he said. Taxidermist. Alright, come on. Vintage.
I was on Tor trying to find some really deep websites. I was in a chat room where people normally shared links to deeper websites and weird pictures and videos, commonly illegal pornography. Some guy named Vintage XXX posted a link without describing what it was. I clicked on it and it took me to a black screen where a big video box eventually popped up with a play button. The video thumbnail was a dark room only lit by a TV screen. Out of curiosity, I clicked play and began to hear the sound of TV static in the background as lines of static slowly swam down the video screen. There was no seek bar on this video. Then I noticed something slowly begin to emerge from behind the wall. It was a figure dressed in all black with some kind of black mask on as well. I started to suspect it was a jump scare video.
So, to those gore lovers, so do y'all just like watching videos like this? Like, just in y'all free time? Just like watching bullshit? Like this death, killings? Like, do y'all just like that? Like, gory people that just don't get scared? Because, personally, I could not watch some demonic stuff like this, to be honest with you. Nothing scary after, bro. After it turned 8 o'clock, I cannot be doing this. But
and I thought I was right when the figure leaped out and ran to the screen in less than a second.
Okay.
It still got me, even though I was expecting it. But then it got strange. The person had their face in front of the screen, slowly moving around as if he could see me, and was observing me. Then I heard a crackly, demonic voice say something. It came from the video. It repeated itself, and I could make the phrase out to be, "Ask me something." I was really confused. I tried typing something, but there was nowhere to enter text. Then he said, "No, not the keyboard. Say something." I felt my heart punch the inside of my chest as he said this.
Why you still
I opened
on
my
this?
mouth and mumbled the words, "You can hear me?"
Face ass.
It responded.
Face ass. Face ass. See, like I said, he wants to be a main character. He wants to be the main protagonist of his own scary scene. Like I said, they want this. They want
with,
this. Come on now.
"Yes." I was uncomfortable now. I thought it was a video. I pressed pause, but it didn't do anything. He said,
That computer would have been.
"Don't try to
Boy,
leave.
that
I wanna
computer
talk."
would have been so
I
far
tried
from
moving the
my
mouse
house.
to the exit button, but the mouse was frozen. In fact, none of the
course, they're
keys were
doing this
responding
at
on my
night
keyboard.
in a dark room.
There was a
Of
long
course.
moment of silence before my webcam began flashing as if it were on, and my face popped up on the screen. "There, I got a picture of you now. Now just hang on while I get your address, and then we can meet."
Oh no.
I started to panic, smashing
no.
every key on the keyboard, spazzing the mouse, but it did nothing.
He coming for you, man.
I had my finger on the power button, but it also didn't do anything. The computer wouldn't turn off. The voice was saying crazy things like, "You're stuck here. I will find you. Don't even bother." I snatched the screwdriver sitting on my desk, unscrewed the 4 screws on the bottom of my laptop, and took out the battery. The
What's
computer
gonna be
finally
waiting for
turned
you
off.
is this Glock.
I
Like,
was
come on
gasping
now.
for air as if I just ran a marathon. My heart was
Bro,
pounding
look.
5 times as fast as it should have. I have since left my laptop off after that, and have resorted to using my desktop as my main computer. I'm sure by
He's
now
still
nothing
doing
will happen.
bullshit.
He definitely didn't have enough time to get my address.
But he caught a screenshot of your face, so yeah, he gave you your address. He coming for you, man. Like I said,
You're not
they
ready
want it,
for
man.
it.
He about to put you in a jigsaw, man. Just your story right there. Come on. Hey, the toy closet.
It was very
Let's go.
common for me to be home alone at night, as I only lived with my dad, and his shifts would constantly shift from days to nights. This happened around the time my dad was doing night shifts. I would stay up really late on these nights watching movies. It's always taken me a long time to fall asleep, so
See, I never like this. Really, never happens to me. Like having like a single parent and just like, oh yeah, you are at home all day as a kid. Like having that responsibility, like, oh yeah, don't touch the door, don't let no one in. Like that stuff is so creepy. Like it's so creepy. I'm not wrong.
after turning off the TV to go to sleep, I probably laid there for a good half hour. Then, I heard a toy fall over in my toy closet. It was nothing too suspicious, but it still creeped me out. But then, the doorknob to my closet started to wiggle, until finally unlocking the door. I hid under my covers, not making a sound. It was strangely quiet for a good 2 minutes, so I finally peeked my head out of the covers. There was a figure standing next to my bed, looking down at me. I screamed at the top of my lungs and began hugging the wall behind me. The figure looked out the window and then just walked away out of the room. I stayed in that position for like an hour before checking if he was really gone. The front door was left
Boy,
wide open,
hell
so
no.
it seemed he had left. I didn't get a minute of sleep that night.
Boy, this boy is stressed. Boy, I would not either. I would not sleep in that house, bro.
This story is from the point of view of a 16-year-old girl. I used to have a boy living next door to me that was obsessed with me. His name was Joey. Every time I would go outside, Joey would come outside as well, as if he were watching me through his windows, waiting for me. He was 17 and very weird, and he didn't seem to have any friends, as he was always home. I tried to give every sign possible that I didn't like this guy, but he wouldn't get the message. So I had to finally just tell him one day that I don't like him and to leave me alone. The look on his face that day is something that won't leave me.
I'm glad that, but he talking about leave me alone, bro. He like, bro, you live right next door. I'm coming in your window like that, bro. Like, come on
It
now.
was the kind of angry look a toddler gives their parents when they can't have a toy.
He like, man,
Coming
your
from a
window right there.
17-year-old,
I'm coming
that's
in.
much more disturbing. One night, my parents left me to watch the house. I was working on a school project when I felt my bed shift a little bit.
Oh no.
I looked under my bed. I
Oh,
screamed
no.
as I saw Joey laying under my bed. I ran away while he tried to crawl out from under my bed.
Baseball
I
bat.
ran to his house and rang the bell at least 10 times, telling his parents
got
about
you.
it when they opened the door. Joey never came out of my house, so I called the police. His parents begged me not to, but I ignored them. The police
Them
found him
niggas
still in my
ugly,
room
bro.
and arrested him. Apparently, he admitted this wasn't the first time he had hid under my bed.
It's
They also
crazy.
found pictures of me scattered across his room. The most disturbing one was of me sleeping, and it was taken from inside my room.
And from that day on, I'm not lying. From that day on, if I see some shit like that, from that day on, I'm a day sleeper. From that day on, sleeping in the daytime. From that day on, I'm a night owl now. I'm a night owl. Talking about, oh, this not the first. Boy, you gotta get. Hey, boy, what? Not your first time. Telling me this shit like this. Boy, I'm gonna kill you.
I was typing away on my keyboard when I heard a noise from outside my cubicle. It sounded like just a random crack from the wall.
Sorry, you know. I'm not gonna be pausing that much too. But look at the environment. So you didn't think to yourself like, oh yeah, I'm working in like a building. A building. I know it's a building too. Come on now. This is an office building. Tall office buildings. So you don't think to yourself, oh yeah, I'm working probably around like 12, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. In a room that's all dark, mind you. All dark. With just like mini, bro. This is a scary movie, bro. This is a scary movie, bro. This a whole layout. It's a whole layout. And then you just have someone just in there just chilling. Like, how did you even get in here, sir? That would make
Walls or
sense, bro.
something. It's unusual in this building, but I didn't get too concerned about it.
Not gonna pause too much.
I resumed typing away and was once again interrupted by a sound. This time, the sound of a computer starting up. It caught me off guard. I was sure nobody else was working the night shift.
So you cannot be working
I stood
on
up
night
on my
shift.
chair to get a view over the cubicle
Of
walls.
course.
The glare of a computer screen in the dark was visible in a cubicle on the opposite side of the room. Then I did something stupid, something I regret.
Try to predict what he's about to say right now. He said he regretted. Clearly he don't. Look at him. He full ready to sell mode. Ready to give up his location, his address, his car keys. He about to be like, oh, hey. Be like, hey, what you doing? This is stupid, bro.
I asked if there was anybody there in a yell, hoping to get an answer from a fellow
Is there
employee.
anybody there?
But instead, I saw the glaring light of the computer monitor across the room turn off, and there was once again nothing but darkness on that side
Oh
of the room.
no.
I started getting nervous. I turned off the lamp and computer screen so that I wouldn't give away my position to whoever that was. I crouched down and tiptoed out across to a nearby cubicle. There was just utter silence.
See, like I said, this is a scary movie layout. What would you do if you was in this position? It's not that much of an outrageous thinking like, oh yeah, this won't happen, but like saying you at work and like you the only one at work. You the only one working night shift. For some reason, you the only one working night shift. What would you do in this position? Because personally, boy, people be like, I'm staying right there. I'm staying under my desk right there. Until motherfuckers start walking in. Oh.
I sat waiting for something to happen for God knows how long, but I eventually decided the coast was clear.
But you're in the
I tiptoed down past all the cubicles until I reached the opening near the exit door to the stairs and elevators, and that's when I realized that my fearful suspicion was true. there was a man crouched down behind a plant in the corner of the room, dressed in all black.
Oh,
I felt my heart sink as I noticed him, but it didn't seem like he knew that I noticed him. I turned back to the stairway door. There was no way I was going to wait for the elevator and take a chance. I casually opened the door and closed it behind me, proceeding to walk down the stairs.
Boy, you walking down the...
After making it...
Boy, after that door would have shut, if he would have let you shut that door, boy, I would have been booking it down. You have not seen someone who actually is very motivated to get down the flight of stairs. Trust. You have never seen someone. You will see someone that day, Olympic stair runner. I'm not lying. I'm going to get down those stairs so fast. You really going to see some black people
down
speed.
About 2 flights of stairs. I heard the door above me push open aggressively, followed by manic, echoing footsteps coming fast down the stairs. I raced down the stairs, running as fast as I could, all while the footsteps above me were getting louder. I finally made it to the first floor.
Like, I'm gonna fuck around. Bro, I'm gonna have to get a video of this, bro. If I was in a position like this, bro, I will have to get a video of this, bro. Of me just dusting my competition. Like, I'm right, he's still gonna be all the way up there. I'm all the way down now. Man, look at this slow, bro. Oh, come on, man.
Raced through the lobby and out the front door. Whoever was in there didn't follow me.
So you waited for them?
I immediately called the cops, along with one of my bosses. My boss said no one was scheduled to work except for me.
This man getting
the cops
some cheese.
scanned the place from top to bottom. There was no one in there. I couldn't help them out with any description other than he was wearing all black.
Well, I would have quit that day.
I did continue to do the night shift for about a week after that, with my boss allowing me to lock all possible entrances to the floor.
Why is you the only one in the building?
But I still wasn't comfortable with it. So ever since, I've been doing the day shifts.
I wouldn't have even worked anywhere near that place. He over here talking about, oh yeah, I just switched to day shift, yeah. Like I said, he wants it to happen to him. Talk about, oh yeah, I worked the week after. He like, damn, let me see if I can catch him again. Let me see if I can outrun him again. Alright, story 6.
This happened 4 years ago when I was still in high school. I was told to do my last delivery of my shift. I got in my car, which was a 1999 Camry, perfect for delivering pizzas. I GPSed the address on my phone. I live upstate in the country, so all pizza deliveries were long drives.
Couldn't do it.
I remember the sun was starting to set, so it was probably around 7 o'clock. I'd say after a good 15 minutes of driving through the forested dirt roads, my GPS said I had arrived.
Oh, 7 o'clock p.m.
It was an
Transform your newsletter into its very own mobile app and allow your readers to install it directly.
An old little cottage-like house made almost entirely of wood. It was sitting all by itself in the middle of absolutely nothing but forest.
And you would feel comfortable to even walk up to that door. Surrounded by them. Why would I even want to drive out here? I would have been like, hell no, I'm not doing this. Bro, why would you want to deliver to somewhere? Talk about it's in the country. It's getting dark. Nothing but forest. One house. It's crazy. No.
The lawn was completely unkept, as the grass was almost at knee height.
You can keep that 15, 16 an hour.
So I didn't think much of it.
Just don't pay me for that.
I took
one
the
run.
pizza to the front door. There was no doorbell, so I knocked loudly on the door.
Well, I would have took it right back.
I heard the sound of footsteps hitting wood on the inside of the house. The footsteps made it to the door and stopped. I started to feel uneasy. I got the feeling that I was being watched. And that's when I noticed there was a peephole in the door. "It's the pizza guy," I called out. I heard a low, harsh-sounding voice on the other side of the door, telling me to bring the pizza out back.
Oh, no.
I didn't like the idea of going back there.
No.
Something didn't seem right.
No.
"Are you sure, sir?" I called out. He didn't answer my question. The sound of footsteps didn't move away from the door, so I had the feeling he was still watching me. I almost found myself.
He would have watched me. All the way back to my... Man, talking about... Come to the back. Talking about take it to the back, bro. That's not in our criteria. We don't look like... We're a little restaurant, bro. Y'all lucky we even doing this.
Walking back to my car,
talking
but
about,
I decided I didn't want any trouble with my boss. The last time I brought a pizza back, he gave me attitude. So I reluctantly walked through the uncut grass and around the small house to the back.
Like I
I
said, that
remember there was
MC
a shed and
confident,
a
bro.
little patio back there. In the patio, there was a table with 4 chairs surrounding it. In one of the chairs, facing away from me, I saw the head of somebody sitting in the seat. I began walking over and said, "Excuse me," but the person didn't even move an inch. "Excuse me," I said again louder. Then from behind me, I heard, "Psst, over here." I turned around to see a man poking his head out from the corner of the house, looking at me with a crazed smile. "Come over here, I want to show you something." I freaked out, turned around and ran around the house in the opposite direction, back to my car, for some reason still holding the pizza.
Is that what you want to show me? Like, who is this? Sir, who is this? I don't know, bro, who is that? I don't care. Don't show me that ugly, bro.
I got in my car, started it, and got away from there. On my way back to the pizzeria, I pulled over to the side of the road and called the police. Eventually, I was informed that there was no sign of anybody having been in that house for a long time.
Who ordered the pizza? You know what? It's not even that. On the way back to the job, but on the way back there, I would have been quitting. Hey, yeah, man, this is my last delivery, man. Hey, yeah, I'm gone. I'm gone. Never step.
I quit my delivery job a few days after that.
See? Like,
I have no idea what would have happened to me had I gone up to that man. But to this day, I still wish I just turned my head to see who or what was sitting in that patio chair.
what the hell? Come on. I'm not gonna lie, after this video, I'm watching like a whole 2-hour compilation of Gumball.
It was during
and
a blizzard
SpongeBob.
in Valley Stream. I was getting paid $250 to watch some couple's kid while they went away for the weekend.
$250 an hour? Man, talk about
His name was Matthew.
$250.
This took place on the first night,
in the middle of
which was a
nowhere.
Friday night. Matthew was already
At least
supposedly
300.
asleep
At least 300.
while I was in the living room watching a movie.
I mean, yeah, most of the time, if you babysitting, you're just gonna when they're asleep, you're gonna be playing the game. You might just bring your game, or be watching movies. Might as well watch them a little time. They're gonna be running around. Oh, yeah. But after that, they sleep. You playing the game. See?
I had a knock at the door and looked at the clock. It was close to midnight. There was no way I was opening it.
Hell no, I'm not opening it.
Not even 10 seconds later,
Open the door!
I heard the sound of 2 or 3 men angrily banging on the door, telling me to open up. I felt like my heart was about to stop.
That is about, bro, that was like one of the craziest sounds I done ever. What the fuck? Grabbing the 9, airing it out, like, bro, no. Like, what would you do in that situation? You chilling in your living room, it's probably midnight, no one say you can't, bro. All of a sudden, from your back and your front door, boom, 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 boom. Windows, boom, 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 boom. All at once. I know people talk about, oh, yeah, I'm gonna shoot, bro. You're gonna be just like him, froze. Talking about froze, looking at that door like, I can't move. Like, listen, you're gonna be like, damn, I can't move. I'm gonna be over there.
I took a peek through the blinds, and there was somebody standing right on the other side of the window.
Oh.
I fell back in fear, and after managing to get back on my feet, I ran to the kitchen phone first thing to call the police. They said because of the weather, it could take a while for an officer to get here. I was told to take the child and hide somewhere until an officer arrived. They wanted to keep me on the line, but I wasn't thinking clearly in the heat of the moment and hung up. However, it wasn't until I ran through the living room that I realized the banging had stopped. I took a second peek through the living room window.
Like, I would have been like, I would have been in that living room like, why this specific house? And all the houses y'all can gang up on, like, y'all that's brave enough to like just try to break into this house. That's the thing with houses too. They're gonna pick y'all one by one. No one is like, bro, no, could not.
Nobody was there now. I heard the sound of glass shattering from a few rooms over. My knees started to feel weak as I realized they had just broken the window and were about to climb into the house.
I would have passed.
I had to run and get Matthew. I couldn't just leave without him.
They would have seen me in the living room.
Of course, when I got upstairs, there was no time left to run back downstairs, as I already heard footsteps and laughter coming from downstairs. I covered Matthew's mouth with my hand as I ran with him into his toy closet. A few minutes dragged on to what felt like half an hour as we sat there in the dark closet. Matthew began to squeal as footsteps on the carpet reached the outside of his bedroom door. There was more than one person. They came inside. There weren't many places to hide in this room. I was actually reflecting on my whole life, so sure I was gonna die. We heard the sound of a police siren outside, even from in the closet, and then I heard one of the men in the room mutter, "Oh shit." I opened the door back up as I heard at least 3 pairs of footsteps hurriedly rushing down the stairs. They didn't get far, as the police later found their footprints in the backyard, leading to our shed. There were 5 men in total,
5 men.
They were all
like
arrested.
So, look at this. It doesn't take much for 5 crazy people to gang up together and say, okay, let's go do some harm to someone. Let's go break into someone's house and just take them. It's not that hard. So after watching this, do you not feel like, or even being in this scenario, or being in a scenario like that, would you not want a gun? Like, is that a stretch to say, like, let me go get a gun? Like, at least a deadly taser? A pocket knife? Like, nothing? Like, I really just dolo. Just out here, just dolo, walking the streets, just in your house, dolo, big ass family, just nothing. They have some kitchen knives. I guess that's the protection they need. I mean, I guess a man is a man. He supposed to fight. But when 5 crazy motherfuckers break in your house, I guess you're supposed to just get jumped in front of your people. It's the manly thing to do, I guess. If you don't go buy your ass a gun, okay, Anthony.
This happened when I was 15 years old. My best friend Anthony wanted me to come over for the night, since his parents would be gone all weekend. I rode my bike over and put it in his backyard before letting myself in through his back door. We played basically every video game he had, from FIFA all the way to Call of Duty, with popcorn and other junk food spilled out all over the floor. As the night progressed, we moved from video games to watching half a movie and getting...
See, it feels so different. It feels so different being in the house with literally just one other person than just being in the house by yourself. Like, literally with just one other person in the house, you don't hear random noises, you just don't see stuff in the dark. But when you by yourself in the house, everything just wants to become your enemy. Like, the tree now looking like an 8-foot giant, like, bro, like, it's crazy. They talk about tree, like, yeah, motherfuckers be having trees in their house. It's crazy. But
bored to doing prank calls at close to 10 o'clock. Anthony made a few calls to...
You don't have to overspend to make it famous. Famous footwear.
And that too. This prank call stuff, I
wanted to make a thrill ride like you've never seen before.
Bro, I still haven't watched this movie. That's crazy, but yeah, the prank calling. I never seen that as interesting. Like, that's really, bro, I really never seen. I mean, it's not like, oh yeah, I haven't done it because best believe 911 got pranked a few times. A few
places. When it was my turn, I just dialed a few random numbers in hopes to get someone at their house.
I mean, I guess
on Saturday, my 4th attempt, I finally reached somebody. A guy with a deep and rough voice picked up, answering with a yeah instead of a hello. Anthony's laughing in the background made me stumble with my words mid-sentence, ultimately cracking up into laughter. I had never done a prank call, so I sucked at it. The guy on the other end was silent. I regained a straight face and tried to continue with the call. It went something like this. Sir, would it be alright if I borrowed one of the wheels from your car? What's your name, kid? My name is Bob. Really? You sure it's not Anthony? It hit me like a brick. I looked up at Anthony, whose face was noticeably full of fear.
I would have been like, hell no, my name not Anthony. That's my friend right here. I would have been like, yeah, that's my nigga right here. I'm right here. Anthony. Come on.
I hung up the phone, not wanting to be on the line with whoever that was for another second. Anthony, who the hell was that? I asked him.
Who the hell was that?
I don't know, he told me. Does your caller ID info display your name or something? No, it shows my dad's name. We hopped on the computer and did some research, trying to figure out how it was possible to get someone's name through their phone number. It didn't make sense how he could get Anthony's name so quickly. He was way too young at the time to be on any of those personal information sharing with.
9 times out of 10, he already recognized the number. He been eyeing that house. How y'all get that? How y'all got his number? Talking about prank calling, bro. How y'all got his number? He already been eyeing that house. So, bro, like, already been trying to infiltrate the house.
Websites.
I mean, he clearly
He ended up
has some
asking
black
a
in him.
question on Yahoo Answers, since no one had a similar experience. The question turned up no answers. I suggested he
Have y'all ever used? I know I'm pausing a lot. Y'all like, damn. But have y'all ever used that? Y'all, bro, that is old as hell. Have y'all ever used that? I mean, why would you? We have Google.
call his dad, but he said he wasn't
One of my
supposed to
last
have
house
anybody
pausings.
over for the weekend, so he didn't want to call. We
Dad
planned on
get a
sleeping
call
in the living room,
right then
so
and there.
we just resumed watching the movie that we hadn't
Dad,
finished
come
from earlier.
on now.
Right after the phone
You
call
need
had
a
left my
third body in
mind,
the house.
me and Anthony looked at each other when we heard his front storm door opening, and then the doorknob to the front door began to turn. It only was able to turn about halfway before the lock restricted it. Anthony turned off the TV, and I went over to the window to see who it was. I spread the blinds open. There was a tall guy standing outside. He noticed the blinds moving and turned to look at me. I practically threw the blinds back into place. Me and Anthony hid in the kitchen, listening for
At
any
least
more
get
noises.
a knife. You have
We
knives
heard the
right
sound
here,
of the
bro.
gate to the backyard opening, as
Oh,
it was right outside the kitchen
no.
window. God damn it, I said. I forgot to shut the back door.
Huh? I would
Anthony
have.
urged me.
I would have slapped him right there. I'm not even lying. Look at me looking at you talking about on some white bro. I'm not. Okay, I'm not gonna say that. Talking about I forgot to shut the back door. Yeah, we not doing that. You gonna remember? I'm a slow, bro. You
to
get
run
it.
and shut it.
Oh, bro, you get it.
I made
You
it to
gonna
the
remember.
hallway leading to his back door and froze. There was a silhouette standing outside the back door. I don't think he noticed me, but he was surely looking into the house. He opened the door and stepped inside. I tiptoed to the kitchen and motioned for Anthony to follow me upstairs. We made it to his room as quietly as possible, pulling the door shut to avoid making any noise. We crawled under his bed. He had cloth covering the bottom of his bed, so you couldn't. We crawled under his bed.
Oh, I thought that was something else. I was about to say, but like, out of all these horror movies you've been seeing, y'all still think the bed is an option in this? We all know closet and bed is not an option. Where else? Hey, the window is option 1, bro. The window is option 1. We all know, bro. If a person in your house, it doesn't take him nothing but 2-3 seconds to look under the bed and look in the closet. I think, oh yeah, he's just dumb enough to be like, oh yeah, they not under the bed or in the closet. Would have hopped out the window, we would have been already down the street. I'm not lying.
He had cloth covering the bottom of his bed, so you couldn't see anything under it unless you actually moved the cloth. The doors downstairs all opened, each one getting closer to the stairs.
Man, searching.
Thumps finally began up the stairs, and he was right outside the door now. The door to the room opened. I could hear Anthony's breathing. It was too loud. Footsteps moved over to the closet.
That's
and the
something
closet
that
opened.
always do happen.
I could
When
hear
you're
the coat hangers
scared
being slid
and trying
around
to
as
hide,
the fabric of the jackets
you
and
cannot
coats
hide
rubbed
your
against each
breathing.
other.
You're gonna be like,
Footsteps moved over to the bed
you're gonna
and
be
stopped.
breathing.
I felt like my heart was about to explode out of my chest.
Just
Anthony's
like
breathing
this.
was too loud.
You'll be like,
I had to cover his mouth with my hand. Nothing but silence in the room now. We laid still for so long, I almost thought he wasn't even in the room anymore. I moved my hand away from Anthony's mouth and whispered in his ear, "You think we can make a run for it?"
He's in the
He was
room,
about to
bro.
answer
Y'all dumb?
when the most disturbing, memory-haunting scream I'd ever heard filled my ears as Anthony was seemingly dragged out from under the bed.
Oh no.
I crawled out and saw him struggling with the man. I desperately looked around for anything to use as a weapon. I settled with the screwdriver sitting on his
Dora the
nightstand.
Explorer.
I hurried over to the man and drove the screwdriver into his back. He let go of Anthony as he let out a
Like, imagine you never did that before. Like, you never did that before. Never stuck something forcefully in there. But, like, never. And you doing it with the screwdriver, too. So, it took some force to... That is some shit, bro. That will traumatize... Bro, this whole event will traumatize the hell out of you.
scream of agony, giving us time to get the hell out of the house.
Boom.
Running onto the road would give away our position too easily.
Ooh, bro,
It
we
took
down the
too long
street.
to make it to his neighbor's house.
He got a
We
screwdriver
dove
in
through
his
the
back.
tree line
He
in the
not-
woods
nah,
and took
he not
cover
keeping
behind
up
a
with
bush,
us.
watching the house. The back door opened
Oh,
as the
I
man
forgot. He
stepped
black. He
outside.
already got like 50
looking
plus
around the
speed in his
backyard.
attributes.
He
gonna
then
catch
looked
y'all.
out to the woods. I felt his eyes pass me as he scanned through the tree line. It seemed that it was too dark for him to see us. Then, he turned his head back in our direction. I ducked behind the bush. "Joe, he's coming." "What?"
I would have been running right there. Joe, he's coming. He would just
"Dude,
have
get
been
up, we
here.
gotta run." He was right. The man was approaching us fast. How could he have seen us? We ran through the woods with the leaves crunching under us, giving away our position. When Anthony tripped over something, I crouched down with him, hoping we had run far enough. Not even 20 seconds later, oncoming footsteps from the direction we were running from came fast. They slowed down only 2 trees away from us as we lay face down in the leaves. Moments later, the footsteps take off in another direction.
Like I said,
We
plus
waited
50
until we
speed.
could no longer hear them and took off
People
back
just
in the
be
direction
weird,
of the
though.
house.
I'm not lying. People just be
While
weird.
running, over the sound of leaves crushing and my heavy breathing, I could swear I heard leaves crushing from behind us. We made it back to his backyard, into his house, and this time remembering to shut the back door. We were now able to call the police. Anthony stayed on the line with them, while I patrolled the back windows making sure nobody was out there. It was so dark though, I couldn't see anything. So I did something that seems stupid today. I turned on his backyard lights, and immediately in the distance, over by the woods, I saw him, standing in front of a big tree. He turned off back into the woods and disappeared out of sight. That was the last time me or Anthony ever saw him.
Ooh, that's gonna be the last time we ever see each other. That is a good reason to stop being friends, basically. That's a good reason to be friends, but that's a good reason to stop being friends.
I would be lying if I told you we heard the occasional knocks at our windows or something cliche. No, that was it. 5 years have passed and nothing has happened. Do I wonder if it was somehow linked to the prank call? Maybe. Does it make sense? Not really. But yeah, this was the story of how me and my still best friend Anthony almost died during a break-in.
I'm not lying, that still would have been kind of shaky. I would have been like, damn, this man just set me up. I'm like, like how? The honeymoon. Come on.
Me and my wife were on our honeymoon in Hawaii. We were on the island of Oahu, sitting on the beach. My wife got up to go to the bathroom, and when she got back, she told me that there was a creepy man watching her walk into the bathroom, and when she tried to walk out, he blocked her path.
Would have put my stuff on. Take me to him. Would have put my stuff on right then and there. Avalon, take me to him.
He only got
Take
away
me to him,
because there
babe.
were 2 other people walking into the bathroom, so he got out of the way.
Avalon would have put
I
my
asked her
stuff
what the
on.
man looked like,
Oh,
and
no,
she
come
looked
on, show
over,
me him.
but unfortunately, she said he was gone.
Who gone?
Our hotel was walking distance from the beach.
This bullshit.
Here's what you're gonna do. Use this app. It's called
I need to
Connect
know ad
Conversations
tab, bro.
Outlook.
These
Now, what's
motherfuckers be
dope
talking
about it is-
about nothing,
So we got
bro.
back
Like,
quickly,
that's so crazy.
but we made sure to report the man to a police officer we saw walking on the beach, and then we washed up before going out to eat. We ate at a fancy seafood place and did some walking around afterwards. Close to midnight, we finally went back to the room and began to wind down. Then we got a knock at the door. I looked through the peephole of the door and saw a man in a maid uniform standing outside. I opened the door and he immediately tried to let himself in.
Oh no, that hand coming
I pushed him back a
clean
bit,
off.
asking him what he wanted.
Your hand gonna be hurting when
He told me he
bro,
left
yeah,
something in the room while cleaning earlier and needed to get it out.
What is it? You're not coming
The
in
only
this room,
thing,
bro.
we left the do not disturb sign on the door all day. Then I noticed he was making eye contact with my wife. My wife then screamed, "That's the man." I didn't understand at first, but it was too late for that. The man had already lunged at me, holding my throat with one hand while reaching behind himself with another.
So he's just that weak?
He pulled out a...
You're just that weak. This man just manhandled you. Just manhandled you in front of your woman. One hand, got in the room. And you're just... yeah.
knife
weak.
and started swinging at me. And if
Look
it
at
weren't
him.
for my wife coming over and smashing his face with the lamp, I would
Damn.
have been as good as dead. The
Come on,
commotion drew
wifey.
out all
Come
the
on, wifey.
inhabitants of the neighboring rooms. One of the women started freaking out and screaming, making the situation worse. We called the police, and so did the hotel.
Okay, wifey.
It turned into a huge, horrible scene, but we were just happy to be alive.
Bro, she would have got remarried that day.
We were questioned
Damn,
when the police
why?
arrived, and some of the other people around us claimed to have witnessed it all. We still don't know what kind of intentions this guy had, but if I had to guess, I would say he wanted to get to my wife.
Oh, nah.
He must have been one very dumb person to think he would get away with something like this in such a public building.
Is he really the dumb one? I'm not gonna lie. He just manhandled you with one arm. I'm not gonna lie. Almost got to you. You can't call someone like that dumb, bro. One hand. It's crazy.
I'll never forget this night. The pizza
Alright,
place I
last
worked
one,
at was
come on.
about to close, and I was getting ready to go home when the phone rang.
Come on.
I was working the counter alone that night, so I was taking calls. I picked up the phone. There was complete silence, so I hung up. About a minute
Like,
later,
okay.
the phone rings again, so I pick up again. Still silence. I was about to
Would've
hang
hung
up
up,
again
what?
when I heard the very weak and cold voice of an old woman on the other end. She said she wanted a regular pie delivered. I remained polite on the phone.
Look up, man. We about to close. I can't. Straight like that. Straight business. Straight like that. Another thing, bro. I do not, bro. I can't even lie. I cannot see myself ever working the graveyard shift. I keep telling myself that. I'm like, bro. It's a lot of things because of it, but like it's like, bro, I do not ever see myself working the graveyard shift ever. I do like I never want to like be like motherfuckers really sleeping peacefully. I'm over here just trying to stay awake. No, I'm straight on that. I'm straight on that.
But on the inside, I was screaming. I just wanted to get home and end my shift.
We close now.
I called out to my
Call
boss
again
that
tomorrow.
somebody was requesting a delivery. He told me I had to go.
Oh, the fuck I don't.
I was upset at first, but I realized it's another tip, and the
would've
old ones
got-
usually tip the most, so I decided it was okay. I took down the address and told her I would be there soon, but she had already hung up.
Nah, I'm lying.
I thought that was
Would've
rude,
took-
but I
would've
ignored
took
it
that
and yelled to the
pizza.
chef that I needed one regular.
Boy, keep playing.
My boss told me to just go home after the delivery
would've
as the
just
place
went
would be
home.
closed. So a little before 10
literally.
o'clock, I got in my
Would've just
car and
went
put
home
the
with the
address
pizza.
into my GPS.
Like, come on, just
The
would've
house was
went home
7
with the
miles
pizza.
away.
Free lunch.
The GPS
Free
took me to
snack.
the quiet side of town. I arrived to the house. It was a small
I would have
one-floor
took a
house
picture
in
and
a
be like,
very
damn,
quiet
it was
and
no one.
empty
You said
block.
go home, so hey.
I took the pizza
Free
and walked
pizza.
up to the door and rang the doorbell. There were no lights on in the house. I hoped that she hadn't given me the wrong address. I rang the doorbell again. There was still no answer. I was about to give up when I turned my head and saw somebody standing at the window.
Oh,
I got a little freaked out and backed up at first, but I eventually got closer to the window to see the person. It was an old woman, probably in her late 70s. She was just staring at me with a blank
No.
expression. I
Why
yelled to
would've
her
left?
through the glass that I had her pizza. She didn't react to what I said, so I screamed it louder. A big smile ran across her face.
Oh no.
Not a pleasant, genuine smile, It was a smile that sent chills down my spine. I still remember that exact face she made through the window. I decided that I was freaked out enough and got back to my car and set the pizza in the passenger seat. I had to text my boss about this.
Oh, man, if you don't
I shot him a quick text and started my car, ready to get the hell away. I looked to my right to get one more look, to see the woman standing right outside my passenger side window, giving me the same stare she had given me before. I put my car in drive and floored it down the street, not looking back. My boss never made me do a late night delivery again.
Ooh, that's all I got time for today. I'm not lying. Woo, hey. Yeah, y'all was barely even seeing me. I'm not lying. I gotta turn this light on. But hey. I'm gonna make another video before I go to sleep. I'm not lying. Before I go to sleep, I'm gonna make another video. Already in the end. But hey. Peace, y'all.
Bye. Have a beautiful time.